Man City next in Premier League action on Sunday when they travel to Villa Park to play Aston Villa. Now it's worth noting that we're recording this before City play Villarreal in the Champions League on Tuesday, but City do enter this contest after beating Everton 2-0 in the league last weekend. They've now won three Premier League games in a row. Aston Villa, meanwhile, they beat Tottenham 2-1 in their last Premier League game, and at the time of recording, they've actually won each of the last five games in all competitions, winning three in a row in the league. So do you think, Stephen, that this is maybe a bad time to play sort of this resurgent Villa team who endured a poor start to the season, but they seem to be enjoying life again now under Unai Emery?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is poor timing. Villa aside that, of course, City problems for a while, away from home as well for City. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. They're looking like Villa again, aggressive, physical. We all know how Villa play these days when you've got the incredible power and energy of the likes of Onana, Rodgers, McGinn. They're just all strong, powerful runners, and then the experience of Digne and Cash at fullback. Martinez and goal. Yeah, they've just got a lot of quality. Conte, Torres. It's just a really good side, with options off the bench with Watkins and Buendia and Barkley and Harvey Elliott. Sancho. I keep forgetting Sancho's there. That's absolutely
Mm.
crazy. I genuinely forgot that. Lindelof, what a weird collection of players they've got now, Villa, these days. It's pure football manager stuff, that, isn't it? It really is. But it's a squad blessed with experience, and the last five results will show you where this team most likely is heading. And Malin scored a few as well. He scored a few against Burnley, the other week. Yeah, they look like a good side. They look like a good side right now, and they are. Look, they were sort of lucky against final, from what I can remember. Yeah, the final were the better side by a long way. But Villa actually a couple of years ago gave City one of the biggest humblings I can remember, where they were absolutely brilliant against us and they ran us ragged. Um, yeah, and that'll be the fear of this game as well. Five wins in a row. Dead confident. City, though, obviously, got their own strength, their own forms, and I think we're much more suited these days to handle teams like Villa, who are much more aggressive. Previously they ran us off the park, and we're so much bigger now, so much stronger. Like, hopefully, Kusanov's back for that, because if so, he'd make a massive difference. You got the physicality of Vardy, Diaz, O'Reilly, Kusanov, and by the way, O'Reilly will definitely start this one. You've got the pace and power of Villa. You don't start Nori, he's just come back from an injury. You play O'Reilly, he deserves it. And then I think you go aggressive with the midfield, with get them all to just run, work really hard. And yeah, I think we'll be okay. Villa are a cracking side. They're getting better as well, and the form's good, and they're showing signs of who they are. But they're not dominating games as such. They are. It's moments of quality, not necessarily controlling games. They're fine with that because of their pace on the counter and their overall, endeavour as a side. But I think City will probably slow the game down a lot more than their recent victories they've been involved in, and I'm expecting another City win. Actually, I think this run of results we're in right now is it's really encouraging, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and I mean, City have had no problems beating Villa at the Etihad. They've won each of the last 15 Premier League home games against Villa, but City have struggled in recent visits to Villa Park. They've failed to win any of the last three away games against Villa, and they've lost the last two, including that one you mentioned. I think it was 1-0. Villa won 1-0, but it was quite a dominant performance from Villa in that
Oh, they
match.
battered us.
So a couple of years ago, I think that was now, yeah. And why do you think that is then, Stephen, that City have sort of found it difficult to pick up points away at Villa?
Just energy levels and physicality. As City got older, Villa were the sort of antithesis of them. City were slow, methodical, a little bit older, a little bit weak, if I'm being honest. And City have changed so aggressive. They're a lot more physical now, a lot more transitional City, and a lot more direct, powerful running, and the pressing's coming back. And I think it's entirely that. Like, Villa was like so aggressive under Emery. Lots of big, strong runners. The Villa fans, of course, always up for it at their ground as well. The atmosphere's absolutely cracking. Yeah, and I think they just enjoy playing City. There's probably a slight Grealish factor to it, where there was the element of, like, a lot of Villa fans did not like City after the Grealish saga because, I don't know, they took it as a personal slight that we wanted to sign a player. That's just how football works. Let's get on with it. But either way, there was a slight edge to it that was unmistakably there. That, of course, won't be there now, given that Grealish is no longer involved. But yeah, I think Villa were just they're sort of archetypal side built to disrupt the Manchester City, where City had lost a little bit of their nuance. It slowed down a little bit, maybe weren't quite as cute as they used to be on the ball. The pace not there as the players got older, with the legs of Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, and Gundogan, and so on. I expect the City side to be more suited to handle it, and we are showing signs of progression overall. Uh, and I think we've seen last season where so many sides also caught up to Villa's level of running as well. We saw Bournemouth, Palace, and Brentford, and everyone just runs more. Everyone does these days, and I think you have to adapt to that, and City have done. So I think this could be the one where we get the result that we need, because I don't think Villa play uniquely anymore. They're effective, but it's been done in the Premier League a lot now, and I think City have sort of got wise to it.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look through Villa's squad, if there is anyone that could cause problems for City, probably look at the likes of Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers as sort of standout players for them. Rogers scored at the weekend as well. Is there anyone else that maybe could be ones to watch for City, or do you think Watkins and Rogers maybe are the key two for Villa in this one?
They're the obvious ones. McGinn's a
Yeah.
quality player. I've always liked McGinn. He's class. Gaston's meant to be a really good player, actually. I know a few people who were a big fan of him when they signed him. Yeah, I mean it's Rogers, Ollie Watkins. The overall collective of them, the thing about what makes them so good is they have that, the centre backs, be it Mings, Konsa, or Torres, they all work really nicely together. They got a real settled battle line with Martinez in goal, who's elite level goalkeeper, and the fullbacks, great all round fullbacks in Cash and Digne. Yeah, they're just a good side, with lots of, as I said, lots of experience in how they play. They are very settled. They know who they are, and I think conviction is a big part of football in general. And Villa are dripping with conviction. They know exactly what they're there to do, and they do it very effectively. Of course, Rodgers has that, that City link, and he was been very good against us in the past. I expect he'll be up for this game personally, and mainly, it's the whole side you've got to keep an eye on. They'll be riding that momentum of 5 wins in a row, and they won't expect to beat City. It'll be a bonus if they do, because obviously, as good as Villa are, City, aside with grander ambitions right now. So yeah, I think we got to take him very seriously. Like, no hyper focus on any individual. There's too many players that could get us if we're not tuned in.
Yeah, and from City's team, you mentioned earlier then about Nico O'Reilly, sort of definitely in line to
I
start in
think
your
so.
in your view. Is there anyone else you think is sort of a definite nailed on for City in this game
I
to
think
start?
Marmoush should be good if he's available, because Marmoush is an incredibly aggressive presser, and it could be a game where it comes a bit box to box because we're not quite as good at slowing it down. So in that scenario, Marmoush would be great on the transition. He's aggressive, he works really hard, and he's an incredibly effective player. So I think Marmoush is a good shout. I would like to see him back in the side for that potentially. You could go the other way. You could try and like prioritize control and get Shirky out wide with maybe, tasked with slowing the game down a little bit because he can create from anywhere as he sort of flits about the pitch. I yeah, Kusanov is available if he's available. I don't think he will be. If he is, I think he has to start. He's an antidote to their running power in behind. Foden will play, of course. Nico Gonzalez probably has to play. With no Rodri. Yeah, it'll be very similar. I don't think Guardiola's keen on a lot of changes at the moment. It's mainly the odd midfield and the odd wide player change, but largely we've got a pretty settled side.
Yeah, and finally, can I get a score prediction from you for City's clash with Villa?
1-0. It's going to be a tight
Ooh,
game.
tie
I
game, yeah.
think it'll be uh, Haaland, and I think we can defend these days, which is nice. So yeah, go 1-0.